diets have changed, obviously. I wrote out my grocery list and I'm very OCD, putting all of that into perspective, more so on a healthy meal plan. The total is really scary.
Count 1, 2, 3, and don't you stop the music, get into it, won't you dance with me? Find a place and lose it, you can do it, won't you dance with me? Move your downtown, we let it go, sunset high and I'm ready.
Hey y'all, what is up? It is Marissa Nicole. Welcome back to my channel. Some of you may know me as my drifting desk where I help you conquer college, and that's exactly what we're gonna do today as we meal plan and prep, all of that good stuff as a college student. So I'm gonna be sharing with you my method to how I plan my meals for the week, budget my meals for the week as a college student. I don't know why, but y'all love my grocery shopping videos or vlogs, especially the ones where I'm like budgeting or figuring out how I can eat on like $50 for 2 weeks kind of thing. And so today's video is a little bit different. We're not doing the $50 budget, but I'm just gonna show you how I meal plan, more so on a healthy meal plan, which is very different from what I usually do, because if you guys have been here for a while, you know that I do not eat the best, but I'm trying to change that, and Griffin and I have made that one of our New Year's resolutions, which I honestly think we've been doing a very good job of doing. I think we didn't grocery shop for like 2 weeks out of the year so far, and that was mainly because I was going through recruitment for my sorority, but other than that, we've been really good on grocery shopping and finding healthy things to eat. Before we dive on into today's video, don't forget to subscribe down below and turn on your post notifications, that way you never miss a video. If you're not already following me on Instagram, you should definitely do that as well, because I always ask you guys what you want to see on my channel every month. And leave me a comment down below and let me know where your favorite place to grocery shop is. In some of my past videos, I always do my $50 budget at different stores. I would try different ones every time, so I definitely want to know where you guys want me to try next. Okay, so let me break it down to you guys how I do this on a weekly basis. And basically from the new year, I do go grocery shopping every week, usually on Sundays. The first thing that I do is of course budget. So usually I have the same kind of budget every week, but it may fluctuate depending on what kinds of events are going on this week. For example, I know that Valentine's Day is this week, specifically the week that I'm filming this, and so when we go grocery shopping today, we're not going to buy food for either Thursday, Friday, or Saturday night. We haven't really decided yet because we don't know which day we're doing our date night, which will probably include going to dinner. Some weeks Griffin and I go to his parents' house for dinner, and so we can always budget that day out, and so just every week is different in a way, so I always like to figure out how many days we're going to be eating. That way I can budget out how much money we'll need to spend on those days. So now before, I would go shopping with $50 to last me for 2 weeks. So breakfast, lunch, and dinner for 2 weeks for just myself. Now, since the new year, Griffin and I have been shopping together every Sunday, and we go grocery shopping, breakfast, lunch, and dinner for the both of us every week. And so our budget is higher because we're feeding 2 people rather than before I was just feeding myself. And the diets have changed, obviously. I used to eat not healthy before, and now we're really trying to eat healthy, which can increase the price. Putting all of that into perspective, my budget is usually higher. We tend to spend anywhere between $50 to like $70, $75 a week on groceries for the both of us, which is definitely much more expensive than I used to spend, but I have to keep reminding myself that it's for the both of us, and we're eating healthier and eating meat and just things that I didn't buy before. But again, depending on what's going on throughout the week, that number will fluctuate, and I try to keep that in mind while we're shopping or picking recipes to make, which takes us into the next step, which is to actually figure out what we're going to make. So this is kind of like the meal planning side of it all. I usually sit down at Pinterest for hours, and I have a board on there. I'll link my Pinterest down below if you guys want to check it out, of all of the recipes that kind of spark my interest, that look delicious, whatever it is. So that way Griffin and I, every week, we will sit down and look through it and be like, ooh yeah, let's make that. We'll save it, write down all the ingredients for it, and that way we can get that at the store. Usually the most time consuming part of it all is actually planning it all, because I want to figure out what we're going to make every day, and then seeing what kind of ingredients it needs, seeing what we already have upstairs, and then writing your grocery list. Now our method that kind of makes this a little bit cheaper, I guess, I'm not really even sure because we haven't done it any other way, but in my head it would make sense that it's cheaper, is that we usually make dinner every night, and we usually make it for at least 4 servings so that we can eat it for lunch the next day. So we're not actually cooking every meal, which is also a huge time saver because we really don't have time for that. And then we're also not buying 14 meals for the week. We're really only buying 7 and then breakfast food. That's kind of how we're doing it, and it's working out fine so far. And honestly, the planning is easier that way too, because I only have to find 7 meals. Now with this planning stage, like I mentioned, some of the things that we find, I want to make sure that we don't already have upstairs. So something that I may do before figuring out what we eat is actually take an inventory of things that we have upstairs to see what we can make with things we already have. For example, I know I have a ton of Spanish rice upstairs and leftover broccoli from last week, and so when I'm looking for recipes, I want to make sure that I'm finding things that I can use those things for, so that way they don't go bad. Use the things that you already have, try to make meals with that before you go buy more things. That will definitely help decrease the cost of grocery shopping, especially healthy grocery shopping. Once I've taken inventory upstairs, I've budgeted how much money we could spend, we picked all of our meals for the week, I wrote out my grocery list, and I'm very OCD, so of course I write it in order from produce to meats to pastas. I kind of like take us through the grocery store so we're not going everywhere. We can finally go grocery shopping, which Griffin and I are gonna do here in like an hour or so. He gets off work in a half hour and then we're gonna go grocery shopping and we'll see what we get. I'll go over the prices so you guys can see kind of like full circle how this works. Hello, we are back from Kroger and from grocery shopping. I'm sorry for this like weird awful lighting. My kitchen does not have great lighting and it's 8 o'clock at night, so there's no light coming from the outside. But I did want to go ahead and walk you through everything that we bought today at the grocery store and kind of like the meals that we're planning on making, so that way you guys can see how that works. So let's start with the meals that we're making. On the agenda we have garlic butter steak bites with lemon zucchini noodles. We're also gonna make salads with chicken, honey sriracha chicken. We've had that before, delicious. Pasta salad night, honey garlic shrimp with rice, beef and broccoli, and a chicken ramen stir fry. That's basically our agenda. And then I'm also having a Taco Tuesday night with some girlfriends, and so one of these might be thrown out or we just save the ingredients for another time, but we also got taco stuff for Taco Tuesday. So that's basically the meals that we have. Again, I found all those on Pinterest. If you want to see the recipes for them, I will link my Pinterest board down below. You guys can check out the recipes if you guys want to try them. I have tons more on that board. It's literally just labeled recipes. So let me show you what we got. We have a lot of meat, which is the bulk of the price, and that's why I hate eating meat. I loved my old, I guess, diet of just pasta. One, I know it's unhealthy, but two, it's so cheap. I could literally buy a 4-pound box of pasta that will last me all week for like $2. But now we have a whole bunch of meat, and so we have chicken breast, even more chicken breast. We have 2 pounds of ground beef for Taco Tuesday, and then we have about a pound of steak to go with our little zucchini noodles thing. I got my favorite kind of pasta salad, which is the suddenly pasta salad. I always get the classics, and so we have that. We have a lemon for the lemon zucchini noodles. We got tons of green onions for garnish on a lot of our meals, and I hate onions, but I can do green onions. So if you guys are kind of like me, I don't like the actual onions, or like if you chop up onions and put them in foods, I don't like that. But for whatever reason, I can eat the green onions. We're gonna go with that. We also have zucchini, and basically we're gonna have to actually like hand make these zucchini noodles, so that's gonna be interesting. Now, one thing that I will mention is once you buy a lot of like the seasonings, they can be kind of expensive up front, but they also last a long time, which is great, so I don't have to keep buying those. But today for our meals that we were deciding to make, we need thyme leaves and ground ginger, so we had to rebuy these. But a lot of our recipes call for like flour, brown sugar, jasmine rice, cornstarch, rice vinegar, soy sauce, sesame seeds, like those kinds of things we already have, and so we didn't have to spend a lot of money on that stuff. We also had to get parsley. Whenever we go to the store, we always get a crap ton of broccoli. We get these little like broccoli crowns. Now, I usually get like the 89-cent bread, but Griffin really wanted this artisano bakery bread that his mom usually gets at his house, and it is delicious, but this bread was like $2 something, which in the grand scheme of things isn't that bad. But of course, if you keep doing like, oh, well, this is only $2 versus $1, all that stuff adds up. So we did get the good bread this time, but we normally get the really cheap bread. We had to get more eggs because we were out of those, and then we had to get taco shells for Taco Tuesday. I'm a huge breakfast person, so I always have to make something with like actual sustenance, but Griffin is not really a breakfast person, so he usually gets these yogurts to eat for breakfast, and they're like 89 cents or 50 cents or something, so they're definitely cheap, but I'm definitely a I need food kind of person in the morning, and he is not. We got shredded cheese for Taco Tuesday. I already have sour cream, so we didn't have to rebuy that, but I did have to get taco mix. Something that Griffin's mom makes all the time, which I think are delicious, are just these Parmesan crisps. Like, they're literally just Parmesan cheese, and you bake them and you season them, and they're so good. I eat like 80,000 of them every time she makes them, and so I bought Parmesan cheese so that way we can make some for, I think, tonight's meal. We're gonna make the zucchini noodles tonight, but I also wanted to make the Parmesan crisps because they're to die for, and usually I only get them when his mom makes them, but I texted her and was like, how do I season these? Griffin had to run home to go get clothes and stuff from his house because he's staying here tonight. But the last thing I got were these Quest bars. I've never tried them before, but I usually get really hungry when I'm sitting at the library for like 6 hours. I usually go on Tuesday, Thursdays, so I grabbed 2 of them to try while I'm at the library to see if that can kind of hold me through. But that is everything that we bought, and the total is really scary. Going through that now, I'm like, that's really not a lot, but it's all the meat that really did us dirty. But our total for grocery shopping today was $91.40. That was just so shocking to me. I feel like normally whenever we grocery shop, we might choose like 1 or 2, 3 meals that have to do with meat, but even then we're doing like ground beef or chicken at the most, which are relatively affordable meats. But today we got the steak, which of course is pricey. At the beginning of the video, I said that usually we have like $50, $60, $70, and I do have the receipt from the last time we came, and that was only $72 the last time we went grocery shopping. So that is our norm. I think that we just got a lot of meat meals this week, unfortunately, but they're gonna be tasty. And we had Taco Tuesday, which I had to buy enough meat for like 8 of us because there's gonna be a lot of us here. So again, we are shopping for 2 now more for? I don't really know, but it's expensive. But Griffin and I are gonna be cooking tonight, and usually when we cook on Sundays, I do like a late night cooking with Griffin and Marissa on my Instagram. So if you guys aren't following me on Instagram, definitely do that. You guys can watch us cook the zucchini noodles tonight. All of those stories I always save and my boyfriend highlight on Instagram, so obviously you guys can watch it. But I hope this video was helpful to see kind of how we meal plan, or just the things that I do, things that I bought, because my grocery shopping videos have changed a little bit since the last time I've done them. So let me know what you guys think. If you guys want more of the other ones, I can definitely go back to the little $50, but let me know down below what you guys want. Are you ready to cook?
Yep.
I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe down below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!
Downtown we let it go. Sunset high and our bodies low. Blood rush in a hazy glow. My hands, your bones. Loose up, we break the scene.